The Constitutional Court has ruled in favour of Allpay and has set aside a Supreme Court of Appeals ruling. The court unanimously found the 10 billion rand social grants tender award was constitutionally invalid. It ordered SASSA to pay Allpay's costs. Earlier we spoke to SASSA CEO Virginia Peterson.
I want to say to all our beneficiaries out there, this court case has been going on since last year. There's been no interruption and there'll be no disruption of pension payouts for our people.
So pension payouts
will continue. It will continue. We obviously will have to work out a remedy that does not disrupt pension payouts, and that is why the court is calling us back in February. They want to be sure, because of the impact of grants on the poor in our country, that there's no interruption. So they want us to work out a situation that ensures regular payment to our people. How this affects the current company, what the government will have to do, is the process we're currently discussing. Because, you know, in 2017, we would have started to do it ourselves as a government. We would have cut out the tender process and the middle company.
So doesn't this just put you 10 steps back, perhaps?
No, I don't think we've gone back. We already have an automated solution in that we have a smart card and a biometric system. You can ask our people out there. It has changed their lives from 2 systems of payments to 5 systems where they can channels, where they can fetch their money. They can go now to any store like ShopRite, USave, Boxer, and they can swipe their card and they can in fact do their shopping directly. So there have been changes. It's reduced the long queues we had at pension payout points, but it has also made us vulnerable to micro lenders, airtime sales. So I think this is a good moment to take a breath, to understand very clearly that the Constitutional Court has also made it very clear that companies can't just come forward and say a black empowerment group is part of our company in this bid. They've said that SASSA should have done more investigation into who the partners and who are people and what do they do, the black empowerment companies, within this tender bid. So those are the issues that have made it invalid. Not fraud or corruption.
Have you got any guidelines, or can you alert us as to how you're hoping to solve the situation?
We're obviously looking at a 2-phase, an interim process, and then obviously our long-term process that we would have embarked upon. So I think we want to reassure again our pensioners and say that yes, there might have been some infractions in the process, but at least we have cards and our people have bank accounts, and it has included people in the banking system more than we had before. Before there were about 60%, we have raised it to 75% banking inclusion of the poor in the system. So there have been good things that have come out. We will have to look at how we manage this administrative process going forward.
So despite the process being wrong, there have been some benefits to it?
Yes, they have.
Virginia, coming back to SASSA as an organization, I understand that you're going to have to pay some of Allpay's legal fees. Just exactly, roughly, how much does that amount to from SASSA's pocket?
Well, at this point, we can't estimate. We've come through the High Court. We've gone to the Supreme Court and the Constitutional Court. We know lawyers in our country cost a lot of money. We obviously, together with the third respondent, which is CPS, have been told by this court that we would have to pay it. So it's not just SASSA, it will be SASSA and the company who will share the burden of the legal costs.
That will no doubt have a negative impact on your revenue line.
Well, look, I mean, if you look at, we are funded by government to pay out pensions. Whilst we had made savings with this product, and we must be clear, it was up to 36 Rand a unit cost to pay out pensions in this country before the system. It's now 16 Rand 44. We've made savings, and we'd wait to take away from the savings we've made. But when we take it over, we will expect to even reduce that cost. No one likes to pay, but if you're found by a court and instructed, then you have to pay.
And taxpayers' money, will that also have to pay in the long term?
I think taxpayers are the ones who keep government in business, and we have to be accountable to taxpayers. We have to make sure that the gains we've made is not lost in this process, because we'd like to take it to a system where it's even cheaper to pay out grants in the future. And we hope to redeem ourselves as an organization in terms of making very difficult decisions in complex systems to pay out pensions to 16 million people.